extremely proud to be presenting new technology, innovation, new sorts, particularly in the potato sector, new varieties that can be introduced in Kenya, because at the moment there's a lot of import going on that can all be substituted. There is the whole processing, not only of potatoes but of other fruits and vegetables. There's the master class, just to show what can be done with everything that has been grown here locally. There is a lot to see. Potatoes have been planted, there are fields, the machinery is here. There are seminars in which where things are being explained. So in that sense, it's a very lively total which concentrates on, as I said, on horticulture, on potato seeds, on aquaculture, on innovation, machinery, agro-processing.
We work a lot together on the horticultural sector. And for Kenya, the Netherlands is the second largest export destination. I think it's after Tanzania, and then it's the Netherlands, because the cut flowers and vegetables, they are shipped on a daily basis to the Netherlands.
At the moment we have several projects in relation to the agricultural sector. One of them is the Integrated Pest Management Initiative. Kenya at the moment is a pilot. We try to work on the procedure of the registration of biological pest controls. And we hope that Kenya can be the pioneer for that for the East African region. Another project we're working on is on the seed potatoes. Together with CAFIS, we try to increase the available seed potatoes so that the farmers in Kenya can make their choice which kind of seeds they want to use in their fields, and also in relation with the value chain for the food processors and just the consumers.
The technology in the seed sector in the Netherlands is very high, and therefore the yields from the seeds which we bought from Netherlands is what has contributed immensely in the vegetable market or vegetable production in this country, to the extent that we export part of what we produce. We are expanding our relationship in the agricultural sector to diversify from the relationship we have had in the cut flower industry and other horticultural products. We are now looking at potato, which is a very key food crop in this country. And this actually will go a long way in sorting out our food security issue.
This part of the country we rely a lot on maize, both for food and income. But you're saying with the emerging pests and diseases and the issues to do with climate change, we are now encouraging our farmers to diversify into other value chains. And we are seeing in this trade fair here a big opportunity for our farmers, mainly so on the part of Irish potatoes, because it's a commodity that can earn farmers high income. Recently we had fall armyworm as a threat to maize. We are saying here is an alternative because farmers have been looking for alternative value chains.
Potato is our number two important food crop. But the main challenge we are faced over time is the seed of the potato.
Kenya being an increasingly urbanized society, I'm sure you know Kenyans will eat more chips and crisps than before. You need very specific potato potato varieties for processing. And these, among the 34 Dutch varieties, quite a number of them are suitable for processing. So that's one big step we have made in the past few years.
We are working with 7 companies from the Netherlands, and those 7 companies, 4 of them have partners in Kenya. So we can't say that the 34 varieties registered are actually available. So only the ones that have partners in Kenya, they are the ones now who are able to import, multiply and sell to the farmers.
We have a project on the dairy market-led program. Aquaculture is one of them. We work together in also in fruit and vegetables. I think the Netherlands and Kenya have a long relationship between not only the government but also in the public-private sector.
If you look at the market here, the market is amazing, and it's really, the Dutch embassy is looking at aid for trade, and there are good opportunities to establish fish farms here in Kenya.
We want the whole value chain from production to the fork to be a whole complete thing. Now, the reason as to why government is very, very key to us is because we are trying to make sure that the government put in place right regulations, right policy frameworks that can be able to actually make this industry grow. And when the industry grows, then everybody within the country, everybody within the community can benefit from it. Our main objective in this program is to actually make sure that food security is actually achieved, employment opportunities are developed, and the income that goes to the farmer's pocket is guaranteed.
It's important for farmers to store their produce well. When you're thinking about storage, look at the long-term investment. The return on investment can't happen within a season. It will take 4, 5, 10 years maybe. But at the end of the day, it is better for the country because we'll be able to have safer food, fresher food, high quality food. It is safer for the farmer because he can be able to get higher prices. And that is all what we are looking for. Have safer food that is available throughout the year and money for the farmers.
I think the connection between the Netherlands and Kenya is that in the Netherlands we are lots of people on a very small area. Kenya is 14 times bigger than Kenya, and yet we are the second agricultural exporter in the world after the US. So that means that on a very small surface, on a few square kilometers, because it's not that we use the whole of the Netherlands, it's just part of it, through various techniques with greenhouses, with machinery, with natural pesticides, herbicides, you name it, we can have a production that is sustainable and that is a very high value added per square meter.
We have seen lots of technologies, new technologies that farmers can use to increase productivity. We've even seen the value chain approach, right from production, utilization, up to the marketing. And I'm sure that once the farmers go around here, they'll not only benefit from the new varieties, new technologies that are being displayed here, but they also see what the various value chains can actually earn them.
And also all the Kenyans here start really growing fish at a large scale, I definitely foresee a good future for exporting fish anywhere.
Farming is, of course, there is a niche market for that. But I think integrated pest management, so use the resources you really want to know. So sometimes you can use organic or biological, sometimes you have to use chemicals, because otherwise you will spread the disease. But I think food safety, not only for the European market, but for the Kenyan market, is very important.
New technology ya farming haiwezi kapoteza kazi yangu, because in fact the new technology inarahisisha kazi.
I'm taking today what I've learned today to my farm in Nakuru and in Kericho. So I'm so grateful that I've seen a lot of varieties. You can see a sukuma wiki which is so big that can even feed more than 3 families per plant. I've seen a lot of varieties in tomatoes, which I've seen it is changing everything. Agribusiness is the way to go, and this is the business. And if taken seriously, I think this can even create a lot of employment in our country.
Of course, the economy is growing in Kenya, and it's a middle-income country, and that means that relations between donor countries and Kenya change. And in the Netherlands has decided to put much more weight to the business-to-business relation and economic relation, which is really on an equal footing. And we are working on this transition. So that is the aid to trade philosophy, and we think that the private sector is really very important for development of a country. So Embassy is also really supporting private companies, businesses to find partners here in Kenya, and in that way we also contribute to further economic development. So.
Unless we utilize the limited land resource we have. And the only way we can get more from the limited land resource is by embracing technology, of which part of the technology is ensuring that the seeds we are using are of the highest quality. The kind of seed treatment material we are using of the highest quality, of which one of those products is what has been launched today, where then the potential of the seed to produce much more is also as a result of the material you use to protect it against pests, insects, and other effects in the soil.
There are various techniques for growing. So in that sense, the aquaculture. So we are in aquaculture and agriculture, horticulture, and also the processing, the storage, the value chain, if you want, in various sectors is fully represented here at the fair. So in that sense, we think that the connection between Kenya and the Netherlands is one that is growing every year. There is a huge expectation among these companies that they can do business with Kenya.